Now, the reason I don't hoot constantly, Gary,
Huh?
he's the other hooter.
Probably just cracked up. I've
Here's
been
what
up for 24 hours.
And seriously, I have thought at times, wouldn't it be funny? And take them one direction and have him planted.
I did that in Mohican one time in Nashville. Yeah, they were looking for the cell. I was up in the hemlocks, and oh, it was hilarious. But then I came out and confessed, and what, 5 minutes, another owl started calling. I was just up there. I said, "That's the real thing."
Oh, I went down to Corkscrew Swamp in Florida, down by Naples, and there were barred owls down there, and I wanted to see them. I could hear them. Well, I could hear them after I hooted it, and it was the middle of the day, and so we'd walk the boardwalk and I'd hoot, and they'd answer, and we'd walk the boardwalk and I'd hoot, and they'd answer, and they just kind of, it's quite a long boardwalk. I think it's probably a mile and a half. I finally got to this little spot where it kind of bowed out like this, and I'm standing there and hooting, and the naturalist comes up and said, "That's not loud here." And I thought, wait a minute, how many people do you have coming through here? I want to see the rule. I want to see where it's written down. You going to tell the owls that? If you hoot constantly, they catch on, because they don't hoot constantly. So you give them a little break in between. That ascending call is something that they do once they've heard somebody call back a little bit, and then you make the monkey call.
Oh, that's
yeah. When you get 5 or 6 of them out there and they're all having a lot of fun, they get a little goofy. But I've had that work when nothing else did. So, and then if you happen to be walking through the woods and use your hooting skills, because you're all going to hoot here in a minute. You do know that, don't you? If we get one in, that'll be great. If we don't get one in, we'll have a contest. What? You don't want to? Damn it. You could be a baby barred owl. They hoot about an octave higher. Oh, I can do that.
No.
And that's those 4 people. Is there a house over there?
Way open.
But that's their dog? Because this dog's got to be
That
outside.
dog barks 24 hours.
Okay. Don't worry. There aren't very many dogs in my neighborhood except for mine. That's probably a good thing because the neighbors probably Which direction are those other places that you talked about where they called? From where we are?
Up behind the dorms, up top, yeah, is like where the teacher dorm is, it's way up top.
Might be.
And it's that way.
Hey, when I first came to this land, I was not a wealthy man. Then I got myself a
Merit.
I did what I could, and I called my merit.
Parrot?
Parrot. And I called my dog.
Bump on a log.
And I called my kids.
Thingamajig.
And I called my wife.
Run for your life.
And I called my horse. Lame of course. And I called my cow. No milk now. And I called my duck. Tough luck. And I called my farm. And I called my shack. Breaking my back. All the land was sweet and good. I did what I could. Hey, when I first came to this land, I was not a wealthy man. And I got myself
Hat.
a And I called my
That was good.
Merritt?
Merritt.
Parrot.
Parrot.
And I called my
Dog.
dog.
Bump on a log.
Spot.
Spot.
And I called my kids.
Thingamajig.
And I called my wife. Right here, and I called my horse. Lame the course. And I called my cow. No milk cow. And I called my duck. And I called my farm. Hustling time. And I called my shack. Because all the land was sweet and good, I did what I could. Now when I first came to this land, I was not a wealthy man. Then I got myself a
Pig.
I did what I could. And I called my pig.
Winston.
Wearing a wig.
Wearing a wig. And I called my
Merritt?
Car.
Car.
Doesn't go far.
and I called my
Merritt.
parrot.
Parrot.
And I called my
Dog.
Dog.
Spot.
Spot.
and I called my kids.
Thingamajigs.
And I called my wife.
Run for your life.
And I called my horse. Lame of course. And I called my cow. No milk cow. And I called my duck. And I called my farm. Hustling hard. And I called my shack. Breaking my back. All the land was sweet and
Oh my
good. I did what I could. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. We're gonna put 3 songs together, maybe. You get a line, I get a pole, honey. You get a line, I get a pole, honey. You get a line, I get a pole, babe. You get a line, I get a pole, babe. You get a line, I get a pole. We'll all go down to the crawdad.
You're happy this.
Some people don't understand it. She's a banana slug. Banana slug. Here we go. Hey. She hangs out in the forest. She helps it decompose. Helps it decompose. Here we go. Hey. Slug! I like the way she wiggles her antenna. Oh, it gives me such bliss.
Oh, I'm good, thank you.
Come on, come on, come on, banana slug. Won't you give me a kiss?
Yeah, I'll pass it to the children in the back.
Can you do a formal thing or as people come in and out?
Can you say? Can you talk to me?
She does like to talk. She is quite the talker. Usually when we walk down on the trail, because normally she'd be out on that trail for the photo shoot, but she's not this time.
Oh.
Well, because she's part of this. What?
I'm gonna leave. Yes, I am.
Thank you. That's usually when they smack me in the head.
You needed a good fanning.
It's amazing.
They are expert
Can you talk?
hunters. Nope. Nickname is the duck hawk because of that quacking sound.
Mm-hmm.
And because they'll
There she
hunt
goes again.
ducks.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Where are you gonna go?
I don't know really.
Hadn't really thought that through, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. No, I like the happy look on a peregrine. They don't have that stern hawk.
No, they kind of have big bright eyes with
Well, and
kind
they don't
of
have that eyebrow thing,
right, like a
hawk.
furled.
I'm leaving again.
But that eyebrow is important on hawks. It helps keep the sun out of their eyes. It's a baseball cap. Well, they can't fly like this, or else they go in circles. One wing would be flapping. Thanks for laughing.
That's awesome.
But peregrines, the dark on their head is what helps protect their eyes from the sun. They've got the mustache marks under here, like football players. But
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
black
Like the
stuff.
little black
Yeah. Whatever that black stuff's called.
wax or whatever it is.
Yeah, black or something they used to call it, but
those black markings do serve the same function.
Awesome. Now the only way that you actually have a hold of her is through the string that's looped around your finger.
That is, well, she's trained. This is all part of falconry.
Okay.
All of our
I'm
equipment is thousands of years old. It's traditional falconry equipment, and these are, excuse me, these are called jesses, straps. This is a swivel, the metal thingy. And then the little bracelets on her feet are almarai.
Yeah.
Those stay on, right?
Those stay on permanently.
Till they retire the bird?
Yes, or even, it doesn't hurt them. They don't seem to care. Once they get used to having them on, they don't pick at them anymore. They leave them alone. As long as it doesn't irritate the feet or hurt the scales on their legs, we don't bother with the almarai.
Whoa.
There you go.
You can chat?
But yeah, she's used to sitting on the arm. She's trained to sit on a glove.
Okay.
So chances are, if I didn't have equipment, she might still just sit here.
Okay.
But it's just a safety precaution if I were to go outside with her,
Okay.
so that she doesn't fly off.
Hi,
But she
chicken.
is flighted. She's a former falconry bird, but she didn't quite get it. So she ended up in another facility and was kind of retired, and they didn't use her for flight demos or anything like that, so we took her in. And her name is Legacy. She is a female, so she's a little bit larger than the male.
That's pretty common in birds, right? That the females are bigger?
In the raptor world.
In the raptor world, okay.
In the songbird world, the male would be brightly colored, the female's more drab for camouflage reasons, so you don't see the nest as readily. But a male peregrine pretty much looks the same as a female, except he's smaller. Right.
I told her earlier that she wasn't very blue and she got angry with me. Her beak is very blue though.
Her beak is blue. But she is, now that you mentioned that, she is a lot darker than the other peregrine that we used to have named Bullet.
I remember
lighter
Bullet.
Gray.
How old is she?
She's about 17.
17, wow.
I just found, I didn't think she was that old. But
How did they tell how old?
just because of how long we've had her, how long the other facility had her.
Because she was raised from
And
a
she
baby.
She was raised by a falconer, so we know exactly how old she is.
You're
How
such
long
a...
did they live in the wild?
I believe it's around 20 to 25.
Because they don't have any predators, do they?
Not really.
No.
And it was beautiful.
Other raptors, sure.
Oh,
And of
Other
course,
raptors.
DDT and the use of other pesticides decimated
Because of
peregrine
the
falcons.
eggshells.
They made the eggshells very weak and thin, so when the mom went to sit on them to hatch them, she would crush them. So then no more peregrines were hatched out, so the numbers dwindled. But they banned the use of those pesticides, thank goodness.
Because it did the exact same thing to the eagles.
Right, eagles, the condor, a lot of birds were hurt because of those pesticides. But oddly, because we build cities, the peregrine falcon was on a rebound. Through a captive breeding program, they were released into cities because cities have skyscrapers.
Yep,
And
tall
peregrines
buildings.
naturally nest on cliffs. So a skyscraper is just a big cliff to a peregrine, and cities are full of some of their favorite food, mainly pigeons. Because these are bird hunting birds. So
Is that the main thing they like to eat, other birds?
yeah, they are a bird hunting bird. They fly so fast that they are able to catch birds on the wing.
Oh, wow. We just were at the boat ride and we saw a hawk an eagle chasing the osprey.
Okay.
Brilliant.
That was weird.
Yeah,
So
she's a pretty
they're no
girl.
longer endangered in the U.S. They're off the endangered species list, which is fabulous. Most of the major cities have them, nesting in them. There's usually a peregrine cam that you can go online and check out.
Really, that's cool. I didn't know
And they
that.
can watch those. I know Philadelphia, where I'm from, has peregrines on City Hall.
Peregrine cam in the nest, something like that?
Yeah, there's usually a camera trained on a nest in the cities. I know Columbus has one. I don't know what the website is specifically for it, but I'm sure if you just Google peregrine
The,
falcon, you'll get a lot of hits on that.
The Congressional Library, there's a peregrine that lives inside
Okay.
the library up on one of the cathedral ceilings.
Okay.
And she's sort of their mascot.
That's funny.
Yeah, people have just really adopted them, and you know, they are
cool.
wonderful birds, and they're keeping the pigeon numbers down. They're helping with that. So you know, who wouldn't want a peregrine hanging out?
I'd love to.
This one's head go around 360.
Alright.
No birds can go
Close.
360.
Okay. There's my neck
But it
again.
can go around. I know.
It's like 359.
She's, another person brought that up.
Just like an owl, these animals have twice as many bones in their neck as we do. They've got 14 vertebrae in their neck, so it allows their head to spin 270 out of 360.
Okay.
So it looks like they're going all the way around because they'll go 3/4 of the way and then they'll flip back and go. So they can see 360 around, but they do have to turn both
And
directions.
does it see me only like from the side, or does it have to turn? Like,
Because she's a predator, she's got binocular vision just like we do. So she faces forward to see,
Okay.
but her eyes are set a little bit off, so she can see a wider range than we can.
Interesting.
So she sees the binocular things that we do, but she also has greater peripheral vision than we do.
Does she groom herself?
She sure does.
Yeah, she looks beautiful.
Some of the adaptations they've got for the high-speed flight, there's a little valve in her nostril. If you get close to her, you'll see this little valve, and that will shut while she's diving after her prey. There has been a peregrine clocked at 280 miles an hour in a dive.
Wow.
So that's a lot of wind rushing up, and that gives you brain freeze. So she's got to close those nostrils. So that valve shuts. I know. She has a third eyelid that will close, which is see-through. It's called a nictitating membrane, so that helps keep her eye from drying out as she's flying. It helps protect her if she's going past trees or something too, in case there was branches or something hitting her eyeballs. She wouldn't want to get scratched because her eyesight is phenomenal. She can be about 2 miles up in the sky, see her prey below her, tuck her wings, dive down, and catch it.
In midair.
In midair, if it's a bird. She's not above going after something else, but birds are preferred.
Uh-oh.
So only 3
Again?
toes?
4 toes.
4.
She's got one in the back.
Okay, I see the one on the back now.
And usually the outside one can flip backwards too, so there'll be 2 forward, 2 back, depending on what she's holding on to. If she's holding onto a branch, she might have 2 and 2.
She wants to go somewhere.
Don't go anywhere.
It's amazing coloring from this side, like the underside. It's almost like zebra-like.
Their wings in flight are bent in a V, which helps them go quicker too. It helps cut through the air a little bit faster.
guy's kind of a little overpowered, isn't he?
Yeah.
Probably go 8 miles an hour while he's idling.
I don't know how fast I want to go backwards the way he's sitting.
What?
I don't know if I want to go backwards the way he's sitting.
He's not much freeboard, is he?
Take the wheel like real easy.
It's a singlet engine. Got that 5 inches.
I think it's an owl. Pelican Falcon. The Pelican Falcon. I give you all
So the first thing we're going to demonstrate is that if the first time I'm trying to get the bird, so he would be on a perch, and all I would want is I would want him to just make that first step that he's going to eat, he's going to come to me. Now, often the falconers use a whistle. Because we do this for the public, we don't use a whistle because we don't want you guys to whistle and Phoenix to come to you. We want him just to be focused on the gauntlet. So we present the gauntlet, and they come sooner or later. All right, so that's what I would be looking for. I would want, but you see how he's like, I'm not sure. And then back. And then what I would do is, now watch, the second one's always quicker. He's like, okay, I got what you want. And then they come. Now the spreading of the wings is what's called mantling. If he's in the wild, he's basically not wanting to share his food with anybody else. So as a falconer, they would start trying to bridge it a little bit farther, asking him to do more distance. So what I'm going to do is, Dawn's going to bait the perch, which makes him want to go back to it as we do farther distance. So if I want to ask him to go a little bit farther, right? Same thing. No, Dawn's not beating you.
mouse heads. He's eating mouse heads.
Now this one's got a tail. I got the other end too. You can see what I'm kind of watching. As long as he's responding quickly, I'm taking a step back. If he was hesitating and not, I would I wouldn't be asking to go farther. But he's being really predictable. He's paying attention. Now, if he was
Can't lean too far forward.
before I post the glove, I won't feed him. Because I don't want him just coming at me for food. That's when you get the aggression. It has to be on clue.
Sorry, are you videoing?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I saw that hesitancy. So this is when you're in the training process, you set them up for success.
I can hear her.
That's when I quit. But what I don't want to do is I don't want the next time that he delays his feeding even longer than that, or he decides to do a fly-off. And then I'm ending on a bad note, So one of the things is when you're in training,